Hi, this is Darren from Darren's Radio World. I'm going to do a quick review on the Tecsun PL-310ET radio tonight. I'm not really familiar with everything, most of the stuff. I lost my owner's manual, but I know if you go online you can get the owner's manual online and print it out, but I don't have a computer and I don't have a printer, so I'm just going to go by with what I know. I pretty much am pretty familiar with this radio. I've had it for about 3.5, 4 years now. There are some things I'm still not familiar with about setting up the memories and stuff, but the rest of the stuff I kind of know. And so anything that I don't cover, if you go on, you can probably get your, if you have a computer, you can go online and get the owner's manual and print it out if you got a computer and printer, or if you got an owner's manual with it. So anyways, we're going to start with, I guess, the back of the radio. This is your battery compartment. It holds 3 AA batteries, and there is a design demo, whatever. Yeah, the design. It shows you which way the battery's going. The 2 go on the bottom, the 1 go on the top. The positive goes to the left. The negatives go to the right. This is your kickstand for the radio, and your frequency chart on the back of the radio for FM, medium wave, long wave, short wave. It gives you the frequency chart there right on the back of the radio on the kickstand. Tells you the frequency coverages of all the bands it has. It's a FM, medium wave, long wave, and short wave. And again, it is the Tecsun PL-310ET, which again is FM, short wave, medium wave, long wave, and it's a DSP receiver, not an analog radio, but a DSP receiver. On this side, you have the tuning knob to tune your stations with, and you got a volume wheel here to adjust the volume. The antenna, which is the AM and FM, or not the AM, but FM and shortwave. That's for your FM and shortwave. The medium wave, which all radios have, are the ferrite antenna inside the radio, which normally it's usually on the top of the radio. Like, it's probably somewhere up in here, about that long. Like, this is a pretty sensitive radio. I'm really impressed for a small portable receiver, mini receiver. This thing is pretty good on picking up stations, especially medium wave. It's a good receiver. Okay, and then on this side of the radio, you got your carrying strap. Along with the top, you have the FM and shortwave antenna, external antenna jack, where you can plug an external antenna or a wire in your radio. The next one down is your headphone jack, which I hear this radio. I don't use headphones because there's just issues about them I don't like, and they make my ears hurt. But if you're into the headphones, I hear this radio's got pretty good sound on the headphones. And then you got a USB port charger for your charger radio. I believe it's the mini USB on this radio. Then on the front of the radio, you got the name Tecsun, PL-310ET. This is your time button. That lets you adjust your time, which you can also switch back and forth from 12-hour to 24-hour time with the number 2 button. As you can see, that's what the 12/24 means. I use the 24-hour time because I've worked in a lot of law enforcement, firefighting, security work. It's just a lot easier, believe it or not, for me to know what time it is and what, if it's AM or PM, day or night, using the 24-hour time instead of the 12-hour time. I get confused with the 12-hour time, especially at night, knowing whether it's AM or PM. And then anyways, and then the next one, you got next to your time button, you got your alarm button. And your alarm, I believe, settings will show up here if you set your alarm. That's your battery indicator, showing how strong your battery is charged. And then you got a timer over here showing you whether your timer's on or off. You have a timer you can set, like if you want to go to sleep and you want your radio to shut off in like an hour or a half an hour or whatever, you can do that, and your radio will automatically turn off. And again, here you got your clock, you got your temperature. Because I'm in the States, you use Fahrenheit in the States. If you want it to go to Celsius, you have to go here and change your 9 and 10K stepping for medium wave to the 9-step. When you go 9-step, it'll show up in Celsius. If you go 10-step in medium wave, it shows up in Fahrenheit. Okay? And then over here you got your power button, your display button, which that, as you can see, there's your alarm. It changes the display. I think right there, it just, when the radio's off, it just goes from alarm to temperature. If it's on, yeah, I don't want to get music going. I didn't think YouTube was going to do that, but they busted my chops, and a couple other of my videos that had like a few seconds of music in it. Totally ridiculous on YouTube's part. Especially when it says on the internet you are allowed to do up to a 30-second music clip without any copyright infringement. So YouTube needs to look up into that. But anyways, as you can see, there's your signal to noise ratio. You go to display, and then it'll switch over to your alarm, your temperature, and your time. You can have your time up there too, so you can see what time it is and the radio station you're listening to. This is FM, just so you know. I don't know if you can see that. FM 88.5 FM. That's my oldies station. I like to listen to my local oldies station. But that's how that goes. Then you go time, then you go back to your signal to noise ratio. So that's your display button, with the radio on and the radio off. This is your light and snooze button. That's your button. If you have your alarm set, you hit it and it'll snooze it for, I think, like 9 or 10 minutes. And then the light button, you can see, I know it's probably a little bit hard, but see, you can see the yellow when you click it, and it turns the light on and off. If you just hit it once real quick, the light will go out in a second. See, if you want the light to stay on, you have to push the button and hold it till you see it blink. See how it blinked? Now the light will stay on until you turn it off. Boop. I turn it off to save on the batteries. Then your next button down is your easy tuning mode, ETM button. Easy tuning mode, that's got to do with scanning your frequencies and storing them in a temporary file, so that if you're out and about and you're traveling and you don't want to mess up your regular memories, you use the easy tuning mode button and you hit that and let it scan, and then that'll put it in a temporary memory bank where it won't mess around with your regular stored memories. Then you got the next one down is your view memory, view frequency button, which is how you go back and forth after you do your memories and you put your memories in. The VM is view memory. You hit it to go view memory, and then after you do the view memory and you do the tuning knob, it'll go through each one of your presets one by one. And then if you want to do it by view frequency, you got to hit that, and then that takes it where it goes up. You start at 87.5 FM and it goes up 87.5, 6.7, 0.8, 0.9. This radio only does one stepping. Like if you see for some reason it doesn't go in 10K stepping, see it's like that in all the it's like that in all the things. FM, medium wave, it's the same way. It will not do 10K stepping. It only goes up one at a time. You can get it to go faster. You can see that arrow when those arrows pop up. If you go fast, you'll see the arrow. See now, if you can get them to go double, then it'll go up like 10K instead of 1K stepping. But it's like that in all the shortwave FM. It really sucks. I don't like it. I wish they would have made it 10K stepping like the other radios, or little other higher end radios like the PL-660 and the PL-880 and 990 and so forth. But that's how you do that. That's your view frequency. You can go back and forth view memory, where you go with the tuning knob and you tune around to your memories one at a time, or view frequency, where you go frequency one at a time. And that's what that is, a view memory, view frequency button. Then you got your FM stereo button and your AM bandwidth button. The bandwidth is for shortwave and medium wave. And that's how you get it helps with the, I can probably turn this up so you can hear it a little bit. I don't know if it's probably, here, let me put Zoomer radio on. Zoomer radio always comes in pretty good. Well, I guess that ain't even coming in good tonight. Must be bad. Usually I get Zoomer radio pretty good, but anyways, if you're not picking it up, you can do the bandwidth. It goes 2, 1, I think, yeah, it starts at 6, goes down to 4, 3, 2, and 1. That's your bandwidths. 6, 4, 3, 2, and 1 on medium wave. I usually leave mine on 3. They say that's the sweet spot. So then on shortwave, I'm not sure. I think it's the same. 2, 1. Yeah, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Yep, same thing. And again, I usually leave it on 3 unless I'm having trouble hearing it. Then I might try to adjust the bandwidth. Okay. And that, of course, that's your FM button when you want to go to FM. That'll take you, of course, you got to have your radio on. That takes you to FM. This is your medium wave and long wave button. We go medium wave. I'm not sure about the long wave. I think you got to hold it. No, maybe not. Yeah, there's a way set. I'm not sure how to get the long wave activated on it, but that's your medium wave and short wave. This is for your short wave. You either can hit one or the other. This one button, if you scan, it'll start at the very bottom and work its way all the way up to the top through the international broadcast bands. And it's not going to probably really pick nothing up. Right now I got the antenna down and all that, but that does the whole thing. And the B button, it takes you from band to band. See the 60 meter band, 49 meter band, and it'll just scan 31 meter band, and it'll scan only that band and only pick up in that band. So the A button starts all the way down at 2300, whatever it is the radio starts at, and goes all the way up to 21.950 or something like that. This one only does the bands, the B, the band button. That's why I call it the B, the band button. Okay. Then, of course, this is your numeric keypad where you can enter your frequencies instead of using the dial. Like, you can enter frequencies. Like, say, if I want to hit the rap station in the area, I go 1, 0, 4, 3. And 0, 0. Ooh, that didn't work. Oh yeah, okay, you gotta go 1. Here, let me put the kickstand. Like, this is hard. I only got one hand to work with. So you go 1, 0, 4, 3, and then you hit the delete button, which is actually your enter button. It's not really picking. It's a weak station. It probably won't pick it up. Yeah. But that's what that is. That's your direct. You can directly enter frequencies on the medium wave band and the short wave band also. The numeric keypad works on all bands: FM, long wave, medium wave, and short wave. And then that's your FM set for I believe for stereo, if you want FM stereo. And again, the 12 and 24 hour time is your number 2 button. This is your 9 and 10K stepping for medium wave if you want, whether you want to go 9K stepping or 10K stepping in medium wave. This is your memory button that enters your memory when you do the frequency and you hit the memory. And the 0 button is your beep on and off button. I hate the beep. I never leave the beep on. I always turn the beep off. And then that's your delete button, where you can delete your frequencies, delete your memories. If you go through your memories, and you can delete your memories. And the ATS, that's your automatic tuning scan that works in shortwave and medium wave. And I think that's about it. I don't think there's not a reset button on this radio. Usually if there's a reset hole, it's on the bottom of the radio, either on the front of the radio toward the bottom or on the bottom. But I think if you need to reset this radio, I do believe you have to take the batteries out and let the radio set for 24 hours and then put the batteries back in, and that should do your job if you have any issues with this radio. And I think that's about it at all for now for this radio. Oh yeah, and the speaker, I do believe the speaker is a 1.5-inch speaker, so I've heard. It's not the best sounding speaker, but it does sound better than some of the other radios that I have. Like I have a C Crane Skywave radio. This radio definitely sounds better than the Skywave. The speaker, it's because it's a little bigger and it sounds a little better. It's got a little more tone, a little more bass to it. You know, for the size of the radio and the size of the speaker, it's not a bad sounding speaker. It's okay. I can deal with it compared to some of the other radios, like the Tecsun PL-310. I used to have one of those. I didn't like that one. It was too crisp, too crackly for me. I just didn't like the sound. I think the PL-310ET definitely has a bigger and a better sounding speaker than the Tecsun PL-380. So if you're looking to get either or radio, I've had them both. The PL-380 ended up getting stepped on by one of my grandkids, and that was the end of that one. And like I said, I just didn't care for it that much. I never got another one. But if you're debating whether to get a 310ET or a 380, I would definitely go with the PL-310ET. I like the display numbers better. They look, the way they're set up, they look better. They're easier for me to read, and I like the speaker. The speaker sounds better than the PL-380. So I guess that's all I can think of for now for this radio. I will probably somewhere down the line, I'll be doing try some band scans and stuff and let you hear what the radio actually sounds like. See what we can pick up on it. As well as I do have my PL-990 radio, my Tecsun PL-990. I'm going to be doing band scans and things like that. Just doing things one step at a time, you know, because I'm pretty busy. I don't really have a lot of time to get on here and do all this, but I do like the hobby. I think it's pretty neat. My brother had a shortwave radio back in the late 70s, early 80s. He bought it somewhere back in there, and I just always was fascinated how he picked up radio stations from around the world, you know, or even across the United States. And it's just something that kind of always stuck with me, and I love it. And I just like to do this for enjoyment, and hopefully you guys will enjoy, you know, watching my videos. And if you can, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, please, and share if you can. I would really appreciate your support. That's a hit like, hit subscribe, hit share, and hit the bell icon too, so you will never miss any of my new videos that I post. You will always get a notification of any new videos I post by hitting the bell icon. And again, I thank you for your support. And that's all for right now for the Tecsun PL-310ET radio from Erie, PA. Have a good night, people.